All right, so earlier today, Quimera at La Feria down in Mexico, it derailed. This is quite insane. However, I am honestly not that surprised. If you have seen a POV of this thing, it is absolutely out of control. Before I even really get into it, I just want to say how sorry I am for the people who died and that were injured. There were 2 to 3 people that actually died from this, and I believe there were 5 to 8 that were actually injured. It truly is horrible, and it is just really scarily insane how close and how similar this incident was to the Mindbender accident up at Galaxyland. This is really similar, if not just as bad. And they never really clearly said what the actual issue was or the reason why it derailed, but honestly, I think it's pretty clear that the reason this happened is because they just didn't maintain it well. Why else would it have done this? And I'm not going to be one of those people who just says it's the country's fault or, oh, Mexico has a bad rep, because that is completely not true. This had to do with maintenance. And I mean, it's a Schwarzkopf. It is incredibly intense. It pulls crazy G's. And from this POV you're seeing right now, you can tell that it is one of the most intense coasters out there. It pulls insane G's and it has tight turns. So I'm kind of not surprised this happened. And it wasn't the only Schwarzkopf for this to happen to. Like I said, Mindbender at Galaxyland. But oddly enough, this was not actually the only Schwarzkopf incident to happen today. Over at the North Georgia State Fair, it had 3 trains collide. I don't know all the details on that one. I guess you just have to go research it. But I was told by multiple people today that that actually happened. So 2 Schwarzkopf incidents in the same day. Yeah, this is not a good look for them. I get it, they're defunct, and if they were still a thing, they would be in so much trouble right now. It is not even funny. And I'm honestly kind of getting worried for these Schwarzkopf coasters. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know if Olympia looping would even be around for that much longer. Other people were even saying that they might take Scorpion out, which, I mean, like, really, we're not going to jump to conclusions here. But this is not a good look for Schwarzkopf coasters. I mean, this is really serious. People just died today, and people were injured from this coaster. And it's hard to even tell if it was a coincidence that another Schwarzkopf had an accident in the same day as Quimera. Not even close to as bad as Quimera, because this thing actually killed people. But still, I just find that really weird, and this is really unfortunate. Now, that was the bad news for today. The good news still isn't even good news. Vortex at Kings Island is getting removed. Yesterday, this kind of was a shock to some of us. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a shock to me because I have friends who go there all the time. One who actually works there. And they say this thing never gets a line. A lot of people hate it. It had 33 years of operation, so that's pretty crazy. It still has some lifespan in it. And it's kind of sad, actually, because I really wanted to ride this. This was actually one of my most anticipated rides at Kings Island. It looked like a really solid arrow. In fact, above average arrow, to be honest. At least Orion is coming. That is a B&M Giga. So, I mean, I'm not really that upset that Vortex got removed just because a B&M Giga is coming next year. And it's really crazy that Firehawk and Vortex were removed back-to-back years. When Firehawk was on the chopping block, everyone was like, oh, is it going to be Vortex that gets removed or is it going to be Firehawk? Nope, in the end, it turned out to be both. So that's pretty crazy. And honestly, I find it weird that some people now are like, oh, Vortex is going so sad. But back then, they were like, oh, let's get rid of Vortex instead of Firehawk. Not trying to throw anyone under the bus there, but just saying. Anyways, yeah, it is pretty crazy that Vortex is getting removed. It's really sad. For some people, at least. I'm not really that upset about it. I mean, it looked cool and all, but it just, it's an arrow looper. They're not going to last forever. And you got to look on the bright side. You guys are getting a B&M Giga next year. Did they have to remove 2 coasters for that? I mean, I guess I see why they did Firehawk to make room. But Vortex, I don't know if that was truly necessary. They could have waited a few years. Like, even 3 or 4 more years, and it would have been good. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. 2 back-to-back days of sadness in this community. Again, it really sucks that people died on Quimera today. 2 to 3, actually. That's really sad. And a lot of people were injured. And I'm also just kind of not really that sorry that Vortex is leaving. Mainly because I didn't think that it was one of the best rides in the world. But if you loved Vortex, I'm really sorry that it's leaving. So yeah, that's pretty much been my overall thoughts on these past 2 days. Pretty crazy. 2 looping coasters are possibly going to be leaving. Vortex, 100%. They already announced it. And Quimera, I don't really know what they're going to do with that. They didn't remove Mindbender at Galaxyland when that incident happened, but I'm not sure what they're going to do here with Quimera. They could remove it, they might not, but if they do remove it, I'm afraid that means other Schwarzkopf coasters may be biting the dust. I don't know. I don't want to think about that really because I do love Schwarzkopf coasters, but I don't know. We'll have to see when time comes around. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Post your comments down in the section below. Were you a fan of Vortex, and what do you think of this Quimera incident? Just absolutely insane past 2 days. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, Coaster fans, I will see you later.